Today we're going to be at Chicagoland in the ARCA car. The setup is going to be 14 to 1 plus 4 and 57.5. The offset and ratio are obviously comfort based. The brake bias, the main thing is you want to have it as low as possible without kicking out the rear under braking. And we're not going to be doing any braking, but that's just for pit road entry. If you have to make a pit stop, that's to slow down as quickly as possible without spinning the car out. So we're going to start out here on the outlap going into 3 and 4. So going into 3, you have these cones 3, 2, and 1. We're going to aim for the 1 cone. That's going to be our widest point. And just before the 1 cone, we're going to start our turn in, and we're basically just setting the nose of the car before we get into the banking. So even though we're going around the outside here, it's still very important to set your nose early, because if you wait until you get right in here to try to turn, you're just going to end up sliding up and hitting the wall. Because you're going to see I'm using a lot of steering wheel here, a lot of steering angle to keep from hitting the wall. And if you don't point the nose first, you're going to hit the wall just about every time. So at that cone, we start our steering, start our turn in. We're going to keep our right sides around this crease here. And then by the time we get to this second caution light, we're going to be right up against the wall. That's not intentional. You can see I'm using a lot of steering here. It's just the speed is obviously just pushing the car up, pushing it wide. So even on exit, we're still up against the wall. We're still using a lot of will, trying to fight it. You want to be cut down to the apron. That's going to come across the line at 188 miles per hour. Going into 1 and 2, obviously, if you have the cones again, 3, 2, and 1. We're aiming for the 1 cone. And as soon as we pass that 1 cone, we're going to start our turn in. You see the banking starts here. And we're starting our turn in just after the 1. You're going to aim your left side tire for this little square here. So you got this big patch section, and then you've got that little square there. So you're going to aim your left tire there. You got to have your right sides on this crease, just like 3 and 4. It's going to be full throttle. By the second caution light, we're not up against the wall here. It's the second lap, so we have more grip. The tires have come up to temperature. We're actually down below the crease by the time we get to that second light. So obviously we're still using a lot of wheel here on the exit, just trying to keep it off the wall. Going into 3 and 4, just like the outlap, you've got the cones. You're going to get to the 1 cone, start your turn in. Right side tires on this crease, just like the outlap. And as I said, we have more grip, so we're not fighting to keep it off the wall as much. But we're still using a lot of steering angle here. And that's going to come across the line at a 30.088. And now we'll get into the race run. All right, guys. Now for our race run, we had to log into a new session. I messed the video up. We're still in an official session. It's just earlier in the day, so the time's going to be a little slower. But this is going to be our race run. So obviously we are not going to be able to run like we did in qualifying. You're just going to burn your right front up, and you're going to end up falling way behind if you try to run it that way. So we're going to take a different approach here. So going into 1 and 2, you're going to start our turn in at the cone, the 1 cone, just like on the qual lap. Except this time we're going to turn down a lot further, and we're going to drop the throttle down to about 45-50%. And then as we get to the line, we're going to go up on the throttle. We're just before you get down to the line, you're going to start to ease up on the throttle up to about 70%. And then once you get on the white line here, you're going to hold it for a second. And just before we get to this first NASCAR billboard, we're going to be up to 100%. And as you can see, the big difference here between this and the qualifying run, obviously the line is different, but a lot less steering wheel here. We're fighting the car a lot less. You see way less steering wheel. We were all the way over here on qualifying. You see there, even on exit is the big thing. You can see we're opening up the wheel as we come out on the exit here. We're using very little steering. On the qualifying lap at this point in the turn, I was all the way, I was hard over on it. It's going to be a lot easier on your right front running like this. Going into 3 and 4, we're going to start our turn in at the 2 cone, set the nose. We're going to go past the caution light up here. And then as soon as we pass it, we're going to drop down to 50% on the throttle. You're going to drift down to the line like before. And then once you get to the line, and you're gonna hit the line for a brief second, and then as you get towards the closer to the end of the billboards here, 100%. You see here, way less steering wheel, fighting the car a lot less. Later on into the run, you'll see that things are going to drift up to the high line a little more. That top line's going to open up. So a different approach here. This time we did set the nose a little late here, but we're coming in right here where the safer barrier starts. And just like when we're running the bottom, we're dropping down to about 65 here, so dropping down a little less than when we're on the bottom. But you can see we're right back on the throttle way quicker here. And we just kind of ease it down here through the middle line. But just like when we're running the bottom, you can see here, way less steering wheel. Can't hear the right front scrubbing. Just way smoother overall. And going into 3 and 4, we did our turning right here. We started turning in at the center nose at the 2 cones. And then by the time we go through the caution light, drop it down to about 50. We're not completely running the high line here, but we're starting high and then we're easing down to the midline. But the main thing, the important thing here, regardless of what you run, is you need to make sure you're using less steering wheel. You can use a little more on entry, but you want to make sure you're able to open that steering up on exit. You can see there, we still got a lot of the corner left here, but we're very close to being open on the wheel, on the steering. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the race run. You just want to back things down, be a little more patient, and make sure you're not scrubbing your tires. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. As always, I'll do my best to get back to you. And like I said, guys, if you found these guides useful, a like and subscribe goes a long way, so I really do appreciate that. It helps to build the channel and allows me to do these guides a little more often. So there you have it. I appreciate it, and you guys have a great day.